everybody. Thanks for joining me for a look at our weekend forecast, which will be quiet in terms of precipitation, but it will be very cold this weekend. So we're going to look at the details as to why it's going to be cold and exactly what's going on downstream of us, really, that's creating our cold weekend, and why the cold won't be real long lasting. And we'll touch really briefly on the chance for a storm next week. So if we look at temperatures on Friday morning, here you can notice we're down. I was at 0 degrees this morning when I left my house. Still, it's cold in Canada, although still not radically cold in Canada. We're tapping into a little piece. We do finally have some real deep Arctic cold for the first time in the Western Hemisphere. That's all been locked in the Eastern Hemisphere for most of the winter, but with some 30s and 40s below zero up over the Yukon, basically. That's not actually that. That's cold, but not for that part of the world. Not that cold this time of year. But it is just a recognition that some of a pocket of that super cold air that builds this time of year has finally made its way onto the Western Hemisphere. I don't think we're tapping that kind of cold anytime soon, but it's just a reminder that it is still winter and there is still plenty of cold air around. Why are we going to tap a little piece of cold air? This storm here. This is, if you can't tell, this is a little hard to see, but this is a surface map of the Atlantic Ocean from the National Weather Service. Here's the east coast of the United States, and we have this very strong low pressure system that developed well offshore. Really didn't gave some precipitation and some snow to the mid-Atlantic, actually, and kind of the Washington, Virginia area. But it's developed well off with real strong storms offshore. What it's doing is it's gotten so strong, and it's got a strong upper level low pressure system associated with it, that it's dragging down a little piece of that cold air, and that is why we are getting real cold this morning. If you look on satellite, you can see that. You can see a really well-developed storm. It's right about at its strongest right now. It will start to slowly weaken as it's got its best forcing energy now. And you can see the swirl in the atmosphere of the upper level low that's also kind of sliding across our area with it, that's dragged down the real cold air for today and tomorrow, and the air will be moderating. And we can see that on the this is the 500 millibar height anomalies, and you can see that we've got this real pocket of deep upper level low pressure that's associated with the cold. We can also see that there is a ridge over the center of the country that will be replacing it, and it won't be a quick process. And there actually be another storm that develops next week that sort of reinforces a little bit of the cold, but it's not. If we remember the temperatures too, there's not real deep cold. We don't have 30s and 40s below zero just north of us in Canada, so we're not going to get a prolonged period of cold here. We are going to get cold, obviously, but not a real long prolonged period of cold weather. So what does that look like in terms of the details? Sunny on Saturday, cold, less windy than today, but it will still be breezy. Wind chills will be below zero all day, particularly if you're going to ski. We're not going to get above 10 in most locations tomorrow. The mountains will struggle to get above 5. The peaks will struggle to get above 0. So it's going to be cold. If you're going to ski, you really need to bundle up tomorrow. It's not going to be great. But if you don't mind the cold and you have the equipment to bundle up, it'll definitely be doable, and the snow is great. So I wouldn't say you can't ski tomorrow. Just be prepared for it to be really cold. Sunday will be better. Still chilly, particularly early. It'll be near 0, but there'll be less breeze on Sunday, so that'll help too. We'll have some clouds in the afternoon as our storm starts to approach from the south for next week, and it looks like still cold, but like I said, warmer. Lack of wind will make it feel a lot better. You still need to bundle up on Sunday though. Low highs near in the low 20s, probably in the teens for the mountains. So pretty good ski day on Sunday. Again, pretty cold, but bundle up and you'll be fine. In terms of next week, we'll definitely take an additional look at the storm as we go, but there's going to be a big, slow-moving coastal storm. Right now, it looks like it's probably going to just give us fringe effects here in southern Vermont, but I think it's a little too early to tell. The models have been all over the place with the storm, at least in terms of where the precipitation field is. They're real locked in on the storm being basically off the coast, but exact track and exactly where the best dynamics in the atmosphere are going to line up to give snow is still very much an open question. So we're going to have to see. There's the potential for a good snowstorm. Somebody will see a big snowstorm out of this, I think. But right now, I would peg more towards southern and southeastern New England. But we'll have to see. I'll be back certainly on Monday morning with a forecast. I'll probably be back sometime this weekend with a look at that of the storm. Just to let you know what's going on. Okay. Until then, try to enjoy the cold, but bundle up if you're going to be outside, and enjoy the sun. And otherwise, we will see you again on Monday morning at 7 a.m. for the work week forecast. Oh, and I do want to say a quick shout out to my patrons who help support what I do here, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get all my videos.